these are glass nippers. They have these carbide wheels here, and then this is the piece of the glass right here. So I'm just gonna cut it. Cuts really easily. And there's ways to hold it so you don't have that much vibration. I hold it like this. So if I hold it like this, the score line, this isn't even a score line, it might just go crazy. So I just hold it like my second sense tells me, pretty much. Sorry about not being able to explain that. So I'm just gonna cut a little triangle, and then so this looks like an okay triangle. I'm gonna put it right here, and you can see that that A already looks like it has some depth. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the other A, and then we'll be hunky-dory. I'm just want to show you how that thing works. That, you know, it's a little off center, but you can see that both A's now have a little triangle that if I take it away, it just looks as if there's no hole in the A, but if I put it in, it looks much better. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Okay, so I want to make this observation. I have chosen this white background for the label, but after I put the elements together, I didn't like how it looked, and I didn't like how the white, you know, looked in the piece. So what I'm doing now, I'm gonna fuse this glass right here and this glass, which is a chartreuse green thin fusible. And when I put it together, you know, the white sort of comes through, and all these little elements of the glass do come through as well, and it looks more like the label on the whiskey bottle. So, you know, don't be afraid to change your concept once you have drawn it out and do it, because when you know that something is not working, that's when you know that you're not gonna be happy with your piece. This is another, you know, piece of glass that is fusible and it costs money and so on, but you'll be happy when you see the result of your piece. So I'm gonna cut this now, and I'm gonna put them together, and then I am actually, for the crest, I had these two pieces because I wanted the outline of the orange to come through on the edges of the white. So what I did is cut one bigger, one smaller, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fuse this together, a full fuse, which means that everything's gonna like melt together. And then on top of that, when it comes out, I'll do another fuse and I'll apply the lion. But this time the lion and the lettering are gonna be tack fuse, which means that you will be able to feel the edges of this piece. The ones over here are going to be completely fused, and the line will be kind of coming out at you, and so will the letters. Okay, so I'm getting ready to put things on the kiln. This is the kiln shelf. So things that get fire inside the kiln go inside this kind of like, I think it's some ceramic or some sort of like stone shelf. Typically you prime this with this oh god, I forget the name, but it's this thing that allows you to like the glass not to get stuck to this thing. But there's another solution for the people that want to spend a little bit more money, and it's getting this kiln firing paper. This is actually made with like some sort of like glass particles, so when you fire it, the paper doesn't burn, and then your pieces come out really like without sticking to anything, and it leaves no marks underneath. Because sometimes when you brush this thing on, the brush strokes take the form of the glass. So now I'm gonna clean the glass that I'm going to put inside the kiln. So I have some like some Sharpie marks here. So I'm gonna clean that with like rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol takes care also of the, you know, grease and whatnot, and you really want to have your glass clean when you're going to put it inside the kiln. Okay, now my glass is clean. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it together like this, or however it's supposed to fit, and then I'm gonna tack it so it doesn't move around with this thing, which is you can have Elmer's glue, like the glue that is a gel and diluted with a little bit of water, or you can buy this product which is called glass tack, and then you just apply this on it, and then this will evaporate during the process of firing, and then this tacks together, and then it evaporates and then doesn't leave any marks inside, and then it also doesn't make the glass come apart when you put it in on top of the tray. I'm also gonna tack this symbol here, the crest, the one that is gonna go full fused in here with this glue, so when I put it and I move it, it doesn't shift around. So this is my label of the whiskey, and I'm just gonna eye pretty much where this little crest goes, and it kind of looks like it goes right over here. I gotta leave some room for these elements that kind of go around here, like you see over on this side. So I'm just gonna probably like leave it, let's see, like right there looks like it's fine. So I'm gonna first clean this glass, and then I'm gonna tack it together, and then I'm gonna put some tack in here and put it in here, and then put this inside the kiln. Another thing that I'm gonna do is, as you can see, the label has some writing in here, and without that writing it's gonna look pretty empty. So I have this glass little, it's called oh god, this is called glass rods, I forget, streamers or something. Actually, I forget what it's called, but they're basically little tiny rods of glass, and what I'm gonna do is just put them here on this area so it kind of mimics like the writing. This is dichroic, which means that it has a little glow, kind of a little crazy sheen to it. And I'm gonna try to use this is the black part, which is the back side of the rod. So I'm gonna put a bunch of lines in here so it mimics the writing on this label, and then I'm gonna fuse this together as well. Okay, the way that I'm gonna do it is by just applying a bunch of glue here, and then just like do it with my fingers. You know, you're not supposed to do it with your fingers, but fuck it. Some people do it with a little bit of cotton, or like a cotton swab. So I'm just gonna do it with my fingers, and then on top of that I'm gonna stick the glass as best as I can, and then put it to fuse.